Have you ever looked up at the night sky and seen the rings of Saturn? It's an amazing sight that has inspired many cultures throughout history. And I wonder, what if those rings weren't just orbiting a distant gas giant, but were encircling our own planet Earth? In this episode, we're going to find out what life would be like if Earth had rings. First, let's take a moment to appreciate what the rings would actually look like. You can see them clearly from most places on the planet. They'd stretch across the sky from horizon to horizon. From the equator, they'd appear as a glowing arch, while from higher latitudes, they'd look more like giant glowing halos. Just like Saturn's rings, Earth's rings would likely be made of ice and rock particles that reflect sunlight. Imagine watching the sunset with a backdrop of glowing golden rings, or seeing the night sky glow even when there's no moon. Skyscrapers wouldn't just pierce the sky, they'd stand beneath a cosmic crown. For centuries, people have dreamed of having a window to the heavens, and in a way, that's what rings would give us. The further north or south you are, the more the rings will be tilted in the sky, becoming almost vertical at the poles. And depending on the time of day, they change colors from the soft glow of dawn to the deep hues of twilight. They'd be a constant reminder of the vast universe that surrounds us. But it's not all just pretty lights. There are some serious implications to consider. Like, have you ever noticed how when the moon is full, certain animals act strangely? That's because even indirect sunlight can affect things on Earth. So imagine what direct sunlight reflecting off gigantic rings would do. Depending on the tilt of the rings, they could block or reflect sunlight, altering weather patterns and temperatures on Earth. Areas near the equator would likely experience the biggest changes due to the angle of the sun. Regions under the ring's shadow during the day could stay cool, maybe even chilly. Imagine living in a perpetual springtime there, with cooler temperatures and lush vegetation. Okay, now let's talk about technology. Having rings around the Earth would be like having a giant construction zone up there. It would make launching satellites into space very difficult. All of the satellites we depend on for GPS, weather forecasting, and communications orbit close to the Earth. They'd be at risk of crashing into the rings or being knocked out of orbit by falling debris. To fix this, we could develop satellites that are built to weave in and out of the rings, but that'd be expensive and risky. Another option would be to move satellites further out into space, which means they'd orbit faster and need more fuel to keep their position. Forget about launching rockets straight up. If there are rings around the Earth, we need to watch our heads. Navigating around the rings would be tricky, and imagine the chaos of a rocket slamming into a high-speed chunk of ice. If humans are so smart, we will surely figure out how to live with rings. But what about our culture? Rings in the sky would have a profound effect on how we see the world. They'd inspire new myths, religions, and art forms. Ancient civilizations often saw celestial bodies as divine or otherworldly, and rings would be no exception. People might see them as celestial gates, eyes of the gods, or a path to the afterlife. These beliefs could shape entire religions and inspire awe and wonder for generations. Monuments, buildings, and flags might feature rings as a symbol of our connection to the cosmos. Think of the Eiffel Tower or the Statue of Liberty, only with rings instead of a flame or a torch. Time itself might be measured differently. Festivals and holidays could be based on how the rings reflect the sun, creating a shared experience that unites people around the world. So yes, Earth could one day have rings. Scientists believe that debris from a shattered asteroid or comet could form temporary rings around the planet. But don't worry, it would happen over millions of years. Our modern society would likely face challenges such as climate change and resource depletion long before that. However, Earth may have had rings in the past and could again under the right conditions. Either way, it's a fascinating thought experiment that shows just how interconnected we are with the rest of the universe. Now, it's time for you to make your voice heard. Comment below. Would you like to see rings around the Earth, or are you happy to leave that to the gas giants? Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this one. Until next time, keep looking up.